Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Monster Mania 2. Now we're still in the same time period, the 1930s. The earliest horror movies. You got big blockbusters like Dracula and Frankenstein, and of course, along came The Mummy. Actually, so that's what I'm going to be reviewing today, and that is The Mummy. And of course, this is what I have here. Check this out. This is the Mummy Legacy Collection. And definitely, folks, this is one of the other movies that I failed to cover in my last Monster Mania because we'll recap of the story. So apparently, when Walmart released all the classic monsters on DVD, Dracula, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, they all put them all out. So I got them all except one, and that was The Mummy. They were completely sold out, but thanks to a little, soul searching, I was able to come across this, The Mummy Legacy Collection. So this features the original 1932 Mummy, along with the other movies. So, yes, the spin-offs. So, future episode, okay? You can stay tuned for that one, actually. And as well as this also features Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy, which is a pseudo-comedy act with Abbott and Costello. But anyway, let's get on to the movie, actually. So, Dracula and Frankenstein, obviously based on the works by, Bram Stoker and Mary Shelley, respectively. But believe it or not, Universal decided to just create this own thing right then and there, actually. So they said it has no connection to any novel or any work. This is their own original creation. Although they did kind of borrow some historical elements to, obviously, the Pharaoh King Tut, actually, or Tutankhamun, whatever you want to call him. So there you go. So they just took something as historic as an ancient 5,000-year-old pharaoh, and just decided to bring something like that mysticism to the silver screen. And what they get is something very special and out of this world. Okay, The Mummy. What can I say about The Mummy? It is truly magnificent. Actually, Boris Karloff, hot off the heels of playing the Frankenstein monster in Frankenstein, and the Bride of Frankenstein, would play the Mummy in this movie, named Imhotep, Prince Imhotep. Although going incognito, he was going by the name Ardith Bey. Now I just want to take a quick time out for a sec. Is that okay? And this is the original movie. This is the 1932 movie. Think about this: Imhotep and Ardith Bey. However, in the Universal remake, along with Brandon Fraser, Ardith Bey was the name of the Magi played by Oded Fair that guard the City of the Dead. So that's something very interesting there. If you kind of think about that, it's like, they could have just kept those two characters, those two names like one character, but they decided, screw it, let's make them separate and different entities. Keep it Prince Imhotep, the guy that's come back from the dead, and they kept trying to make Ardith Bey an actual different character, which was very interesting for that. But anyway, back to the original Mummy. Holy heck, it's definitely something. Actually, the makeup obviously looks amazing. Actually, you can't even tell that Imhotep looks like the way he is. Actually, it's just amazing. And how what I heard was that when they mummified Prince Imhotep, like they pretty much just wrapped them all up, but they decided to make it, oh my goodness, like the band just somehow have welded away or melted away, kind of like imprinted into his face. I'm like, that's a pretty cool makeup effect, actually, and way to go to Jack Pierce for pulling that off. If you don't know who Jack Pierce is, he was a legendary film monster effects guy, actually. He's worked on Frankenstein, the Wolfman, the Mummy, and all the Mummy spin-offs, actually. And of course, he was a fantastic guy for his time. Like ahead of his time, was able to pull off something so great as a simple makeup effect, actually. But anyway, to the story, obviously, Mummy comes back from the dead. Our own heroes have to stop him. And pretty much it just goes from there. Obviously, there is a little bit of a love story underlying all this. Actually, if you don't know the tale of the Mummy, but I will say it's definitely something. The cast does their absolute best. Edward Van Sloan reprises his role as the unlikely hero, actually, because he played Dr. Van Helsing in Dracula, and here he plays I forget what the name of the archaeologist is, but Banning, I think. No, that's the character. Spoilers, sorry, folks, but it's definitely something, actually. Like but you can clearly tell that someone was getting tired of being typecasted in this kind of role. So that's the only one thing that I could probably just look at this and say, why him? You can pick any other actor in the whole freaking horror cycle at that time. Actually, you had like Colin Clive and freaking Dwight Fry and Lionel Atwell. I'm just throwing out some different names actually. All that, but overall is a truly pretty cool work of art. As I call it, it's a masterpiece that still stands the test of time to this day. Actually, everyone says, we'll say, how do you prefer your Mummy? Do you like the classic? Do you like the remake? Do you like the present day remake? Well, yeah, I know they're gonna keep constantly rehashing and remaking it over time, but this is the original. Very good story, moves at a good pace. Characters are very good, well developed. Enough said there, okay? So, pretty much you can definitely go pick up this movie. I definitely recommend it. And I'm going to give this movie 8 out of 10, alright? So, let me know what you think. That does it for tonight, and keep tuned here for some more terrifying thrillers.